Imagine a world where rules are merely an illusion, where morality is nothing more than a fragile agreement, ready to collapse with a single push. In the midst of that world stands a man with a carved smile, not out of joy, but as a mockery of the order we believe to be absolute. The Joker. He is not just a villain. He is the architect of chaos, a fearless nihilist, an agent of destruction who seeks not power, but the unraveling of the system itself. He doesn't want to rule Gotham. He wants to break it, to shatter the line between what we call good and evil. Even Batman, the unwavering symbol of order, nearly succumbs to the temptation of crossing his own moral boundaries, dragged into the abyss of ethical ambiguity. But do we truly understand the Joker? Is he merely a madman driven by violence, or is there a method to his madness? If this world is truly unjust, then who is really sane, us or him? Joker is not merely the antagonist in The Dark Knight, 2008. He is the embodiment of extreme nihilism, an architect of chaos who rejects moral order and law. To Joker, concepts of good and evil are fragile illusions, ready to collapse with just a little push. He does not see himself as a hero or a villain. He exists beyond such labels. His belief is simple, yet terrifying. Beneath the mask of civilization, humans are selfish creatures who will always choose their own interests when pushed to the edge. And throughout the film, Joker doesn't just express this idea. He seeks to prove it, forcing others to confront the raw, brutal nature of humanity. The greatest mystery about him lies in his past. Joker tells two conflicting versions of his origin. In one story, he is the victim of an abusive, alcoholic father who carved a permanent smile onto his face. In another, he is a devoted husband who disfigured himself to comfort his wife after a tragic accident, only to be abandoned by her in disgust. But what truly matters, the truth or the uncertainty itself? Perhaps Joker does not want us to know his origins. Perhaps he himself doesn't remember. Or more likely, he has erased his past entirely, shedding his former identity to become the pure embodiment of anarchy. One thing is certain, Joker is not just insane. He is a reflection of a world stripped of meaning, a man who has stared into the abyss and chosen to laugh, not out of joy, but because to him, everything is nothing more than a grand joke, and he wants the whole world to laugh along with him until it all burns.
Just want to watch the world burn.
The Joker is not just a villain. He is chaos incarnate, an entity without a past, without an identity, without any attachments. No trace to follow, no motive to decipher. He is not someone to be understood as an individual, but as an idea that seeks to dismantle the entire system of values humanity has long believed in. Unlike most villains who create chaos for personal ambition, the Joker does not use chaos as a means to an end. He is chaos itself. There is no grand plan, no ultimate goal leading to personal gain. He does not seek power, is uninterested in wealth, and cares nothing for victory or defeat. What he desires is to prove that morality is a lie, that beneath the mask of order, the world is nothing more than neatly arranged anarchy, and that is what makes him dangerous. There is no bargaining with someone who has nothing to lose, no family, no friends, no material ambition. The Joker does not merely want to create disorder. He wants to show that the world has always been in disorder, that a single push is all it takes to shatter the illusion of order that people so desperately cling to. The Joker needs no reason. He only wants to watch the world burn, and more than that, he wants others to laugh with him as the flames rise. Joker calls himself an agent of chaos, not just a mere disruptor, but the embodiment of chaos itself. When the world begins to burn, he doesn't just stand amidst the flames. He dances in them, reveling in every second of destruction he orchestrates. The greater the chaos, the more alive he becomes. No fear, no hesitation, only manic laughter echoing over the ruins of social order. He claims to despise those who make plans, yet the entire film unfolds as the result of his own meticulous planning. Nothing he does is without purpose. He is the architect of Gotham's downfall, a chess player arranging chaos with almost surgical precision. When he speaks to Harvey Dent, he insists that he acts on impulse without any structured plan. But this is far from the truth. It is manipulation. Not just of Harvey, but of us, the audience. He wants us to believe that everything happening is mere coincidence, when in reality, every move was premeditated with terrifying detail. Joker's personality is inseparable from his philosophy. He doesn't commit crimes for mere pleasure. He does it to prove a point. That social order is nothing more than a fragile illusion, one that can crumble after a single bad day. Gotham is not a peaceful city. It is merely postponing its inevitable collapse, and Joker is there to accelerate its fall. Sadism is not just a part of him. It is his very essence. He doesn't simply enjoy the suffering of others. He laughs at how humanity clings so desperately to things he deems meaningless. He has no compassion, no love, and no attachment to anyone. The only thing he truly cares about is himself and the world he hopes to watch burn. Joker is not merely a psychopath. He is the architect of chaos, a mastermind who understands the fragility of human morality. He doesn't just hurt people. He dismantles their beliefs, stripping away everything they hold dear. Not out of hatred, not out of vengeance, but to prove a truth he firmly believes in. Interestingly, Joker despises being called insane or strange. To us, he may seem like an anomaly, something that deviates from the norm. But to himself, he is not an aberration, he is evolution. He doesn't see himself as part of society, but above it. Ahead of the curve, as he puts it. If the world were a chessboard, he would already be 10 moves ahead. To Joker, concepts like good and evil are nothing more than fragile social constructs. All it takes is a slight push, and the entire system collapses under its own weight. He doesn't see the world as a battleground for justice, but as a stage where humans pretend to have principles, until circumstances force them to abandon them. He and Batman stand on opposite ends of the spectrum, separated only by a thin line. Batman fights to establish order, to uphold justice amid chaos. Joker, on the other hand, seeks to expose the absurdity of that order. To him, humans are nothing more than beasts hiding behind a thin veneer of civility. And in Joker's eyes, all it takes is one bad day to turn even the noblest person into a monster.
You're gonna have to play my little game if you want to save one of them.
The fairy experiment at the end of the film is the pinnacle of his philosophy. He does not just want to destroy Gotham with bombs or mass murder. That would be too simple. He wants to see people destroy each other. He wants to prove that when faced with death, morality erodes and survival instincts take over. Batman and Joker are two forces that cannot exist without each other. They are not just enemies, they are reflections of one another. Joker even admits that he does not know what he would do without Batman. If Batman represents order struggling to contain the darkness, then Joker is the darkness that always finds a way in. Batman has one absolute rule: he will not kill. Joker knows this, and he exploits it in the most sadistic way possible. He forces Batman to choose between holding on to his principles or sacrificing innocent lives. At one point, Joker even tries to make Batman kill him, not to avoid death, but to prove that Batman's morality is nothing more than an artificial constraint. To Joker, Batman's code is not a symbol of justice, but a weakness. He pushes Batman to his limits, forcing him to confront a question that cannot be answered with brute force or advanced technology. How long can someone hold on to their ideals before finally surrendering to the darkness? Joker has no superpowers, but he possesses something far more dangerous: a deep understanding of the human psyche. He can read fear, manipulate emotions, and dismantle principles with nothing but words. His destruction is not just physical, but psychological. He is not just a nihilist. He is an active nihilist. He does not merely believe the world has no meaning. He seeks to destroy anyone who still tries to find meaning in the chaos. There is no negotiation, no compromise. He does not crave power, wealth, or recognition. The only thing he wants is to watch the world burn. And he wants to make us all realize that perhaps deep down, we want it too. Thank you